This is Abnormal Entertainment.
2, 3, 4.
Walked into the tunnel just to find the light. Hunted for old demons, looking for a fight. Looked up at the stars, seemed to go forever. There must be a way, it all fits together. Fell into the quicksand, held on to the vines. Never could quite color, stay within the lines. Feels like I have wings, I can fly wherever. This is just a way, it all fits together. Finally saw the world through rose-colored glasses. Gonna share my journey to small and large masses. Give up on my life, no sir, me never. This is how I put it together. This is how I put it together. This is how I put it together.
Hey everybody, welcome. This is Daniel Garza. This is another episode of Put It Together. I'd like to start as usual thanking my producer, Mr. Kevin Moyers, for all his help and support. Thank you, sir. Inviting all of you to check us out at abnormalentertainment.com, where you can find all the shows on the network. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, where you can find all the interviews, plus videos and other things that my guests are up to. So go check those out and find out what we're up to. This week, I want to welcome Ishmael. How you doing, sir? Ishmael, the comedian.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I love LA traffic. No, I don't love LA traffic.
I think at a certain point we have a love-hate relationship with traffic. Because like we know,
There's never love.
Like we know it's gonna happen, and then we love using it as an excuse
Yes.
too.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
What time is this? 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't go. Why? Because there's traffic. Like I'll meet you at 7.
Or what time is it? 10 a.m. No, I can't go because there's traffic.
I'll meet you at 11. Yes.
On a good day.
Yes, between 11 and 2, or what is it? 7 to 10. Except on a Friday, which is busy all day long.
But I heard some interesting fact like on the news yesterday. They said that now Thursday traffic is worse than Friday traffic because in some parts of the country they actually don't work on Fridays.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of work day.
Are you fucking kidding me?
4 day
Where
weeks.
is that?
Yeah, 4 day weeks. Yeah.
But I don't know if that would work in LA because it would still be crazy because half the people here don't.
Yeah. Now, are you from LA?
No, I'm not from LA at all. I was born in Buffalo, New York. My parents, my dad got a job in Texas, so I just say I was from Texas because I hardly even remember snow in Buffalo. So yeah, so then I was raised in Texas. I've been to Africa, but I don't remember that trip either. It was kind of weird. Like I'm first generation African American.
Okay.
So like my parents still have family back in Africa.
Oh wow.
And stuff like that.
So you're actually African American.
Yeah. I prefer to say American African.
For those of you listening, yes, this is actual. What part of Texas? I know we talked about this when we met.
Did we?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
But what part of Texas?
Well, I'm from Plano. Most people don't know where Plano is.
Yeah, I was raised in Dallas.
Okay. Well, yeah. See, I always start with Dallas. Then like, what part of Dallas? Well, actually, if you know Dallas, then I'm from Plano because totally different.
Yeah, I lived there till I was 24.
Okay. Yeah.
So we know each other. Now, for everybody listening and watching, Ishmael and I met at
the SAG stand-up comedy workshop.
Yes, and we sat next to each other. And first of all, I thought your hair was really cool. And I was like,
I think it's gotten cooler because I started putting little doodads and nooks and crannies in it.
So for those of you watching the video on YouTube, you can see him coming down the street now.
I hope you could always see me coming down the street.
Yeah, exactly.
But now I'm a happier.
Now you're shimmering and shining. There you go.
There you go.
But we sat
Styling
next
and
to each other.
profiling, as Ric Flair would say.
we sat next to each other, and I thought you were really funny. And we both got a chance to get up and do our one joke set.
Yeah.
I thought you were hilarious.
No. Well, I think I had more fun making fun of the other people going up, just because some of them was just like, all right, they had the most simplest directions, just like, okay, we know we're all comedians. You don't have to promote anything. You just, we're just going to do this simple exercise.
Yeah.
People couldn't do that.
No.
It's like, hey, you can catch me on this, that, and the third. I'm going to set up a video camera right here while I'm doing a 30-second set.
And I have an issue with, I'll be honest, I have an issue with too much cussing on a stand-up. Because I come from an improv background in comedy. So I first did improv, and they always taught us
Tobacco Blues.
Yeah, because it kind of like you're not being creative.
Yeah, it's easy to say the F word. 10,000 times.
Yeah. Your half of your jokes are fuck, goddamn, suck, bitch. Well, that's not a joke.
Yeah.
So when I went to the stand-up workshop, I'm like, well, I'm going to bring those principles with me and not cuss if I don't have to. Because my
But I've also learned that does help with like stand-up too. Because it's like you can only hear the F word so many times or goddamn so many times before it's just like, okay, what else can you bring to the table? Yeah, it's frustrating, but
because there was that one chick that was sitting behind us.
What was your story about? She was trying to hide from her
voice.
Somebody she was stalking. She was trying to hide from them outside.
Yeah.
And she rolled underneath the car, and then it was just F, 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 F,
yeah.
F, F.
So they didn't look
oh
very
shit, F,
good.
F, 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 F. I was like, okay.
I would never want to work with her on set. Just in case something went wrong. Like, she'd come up, but you get home, she pops up from the back seat.
But I mean, like, even, I don't know, it's like, when I went to, the Laugh Factory a couple of times, what they had to just do was, I know right now they say you can say whatever you want, but back in the day they wanted you to do 2 minutes of clean material. And it was really hard for people just to even do that. Like one guy, he got away with saying the shit one time, and then he got it in his head. So then, oh shit, I just said shit. And then they pulled the light on after that. It's like, dude, you had it. You were golden. Like, you just kept going because then you get in your head that you're cussing and stuff like that. But yeah, it was hard. Like, even just doing that 1 or 2 times. I think I dropped the shit bomb a couple times when I went up there. And I was just like, oh man, I almost got through it. Then I dropped like just a cuss word and stuff like that.
Now, your set wasn't
vulgar,
was it?
No, but I mean, I've just been practicing, or I'd say I've kind of gotten used to hearing that. Oh yeah, it's kind of a little too risque using vulgar language. Because I mean, yeah, most comedy clubs. I mean, granted, everybody lives in the world. Everybody probably says the F word, Lord knows how many times over the course of their day. But I mean, I feel like you can't get across a lot of comedy if you're just stuck on like the F word, shit, goddamn, stuff like that. Okay, maybe occasionally it's good to drop it every now and then. Maybe it's just what?
For emphasis.
Yeah, emphasis is just built up on emotion, and you just have to just relieve it by saying that word. But I couldn't imagine doing a set where that's like the main word that I say.
Yeah.
Or something. But I mean, even me, like, I'm not from California, but I use the word dude a lot. And I noticed that too. It's like, even when I was in Texas, I was like, dude, like, are you from California? Like, no, why you say that, dude? Like, what's going on? Like, yeah. But I even say a lot of Texas vernacular, like, y'all. I say y'all a lot. People could see me coming a mile away, like, hey, how y'all doing? Oh, you're from Texas. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But you don't know what part of Texas they
To this day, I've been here almost 10 years, and y'all is still part of my... But then I go to Texas, and people are like, you're from California, right? I'm like, how do you know? Yeah, I was like, oh my God.
Because you're asking for avocado toast.
Yeah.
That's why I know you're from California.
No gluten on my Whataburger,
like,
please.
what's a gluten? What's that?
Is there a gluten-free Whataburger? Is that chicken?
Oh my God. Every time I go back to Texas, I have to get Whataburger.
Don't you though?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I mean, In-N-Out is great, but it doesn't compare.
You know, my first job was at Whataburger.
Oh,
my first adult job was Whataburger. And every time I go back, and I'm such a dork that I will go into Whataburger and they don't care, but I'm like, you know, my first job was Whataburger.
You start the conversation.
Yeah. So I want my water chicken like this. And
crispy, well done.
And they kind of look at me like,
easy.
dude, we don't care. Like, you're going to get it the way we make it. Shut up. So, yeah.
Another one I miss, Taco Bueno. Do you miss that?
Yes.
Oh, my God. There's nothing like it.
Yes, Taco Bueno, and I used to be huge on Taco Cabanas.
Oh, I got sick there. Never went back. Like one day after a club, went there, got a big burrito. Oh man,
everybody got sick at Taco Cabana at once.
But I mean, you remember it though. Like I think every fast food place that I've been to that I've gotten sick at, when I walk in, that's the first thing I remember. Wait, I've thrown up.
I used to get their taquitos and margarita when I used to drink.
Wait, they sold alcohol?
Back then, well, and the one in Dallas did.
Okay,
yeah.
I think that was a Texas thing because like not growing up out here, like I remember like you could literally buy a beer or something and just have it in a to-go cup.
Yeah,
and they had a coaster and stuff for you there, but with all the drinking and driving stuff. Not like I'm not saying that drinking and driving is a bad thing, but back in the day, they realized there was more things to worry about. Than drinking and driving.
But I used to talk about it. I wasn't even 21 yet, but I would date older guys.
Okay.
So I always dated older.
Should ask for, can I get a Shirley Temple, please?
Yeah, no,
or something.
They were like, does he have an ID? I'm with him. Back when you could say that, I'm with him, and I'm not driving. Like, okay, whatever. Yeah, they're like, look, queen.
Do you have like a booster seat?
Yeah, look, queen. We're not giving you alcohol. But anyway, so I'm excited that you graduated from Cool Beans University.
Yeah.
And then I followed you after that. Yeah. So my graduation, I don't know when this will air, but our graduation showcase is November 3rd. So,
and I will be going to cheer you on. So
and I
better not fuck up.
Yeah.
If you drop more than 2 F-bombs, I'm going to say, wait a minute.
I will not.
He has to start over.
I will allow you to throw like a glass of water at me or something.
Tomatoes. Only tomatoes. Who throws water? Nobody throws water. We're in a drought.
Well, if you're going to throw tomatoes, please throw the onions and the jalapenos so I can make at least a pico de gallo afterwards. Little cilantro.
Have you ever seen a fajita on stage? There you go. There you go.
Every fajita needs a pico de gallo. That'll be my new nickname. Anyway, let's get back to your story because this is about you today. And we've been wanting to do this interview for a while. We just
yes. Always phone tag or Facebook tag. Neither of us wanting to wake up early.
That's the good thing about having friends. Like,
you're not a morning person? I'm not a morning. Okay, let's do this another day.
Okay, go. I'll talk to you later. Bye. But tell us, this is about you. So, Ishmael, the comedian.
All right.
Tell us how you put it together.
Well, for me, honestly, putting it together started for me probably just this year. Like, I mean, I just realized I'm not getting any younger. And it's like, I moved out here for a reason. I didn't move out here to work at the Hollywood Bowl, which is what I'm doing now. And like, I want to be on stage. I want to be pursuing my goal, which is comedy and stuff like that. So for me, it was just like, well, I mean, I've been probably doing stand-up on and off for, I want to say, 3-4 years now, just because like I've been doing it in the off season of while the bowl season goes, because we get pretty busy there from like May all the way up until October, and then we start to die down. I've been doing a lot of open mics, and like one of the first things they said in class was, if you're doing a lot of open mics, you need to stop. Because everybody, mainly the audience there is just more comedians who are waiting to go on. You can't really tell whether your jokes are landing or not, or if they're even worth still trying to groom them, because, you know, everybody else is just in their own head trying to wait for their time to go on. And like, they're 100% right on that. Like right now, I needed to be focused more on getting booked jobs, and that's exactly the one thing I did. I started reaching out to friends of mine I know who had some rooms that they are always needing comedians. Tried to get on there. Got a couple of sets coming up in November. I'm trying to line up just more and more shows, get my face out there more, which is what I should have been doing the whole time. rather than just keep going to open mics. Like I probably was up to probably 3 to 4 open mics a week, and that's not a lot. Like if you're seeing this in New York, like I think one of the first videos that they were recommending at Cool Beans, this guy was going up to at least 3 open mics in a day or at night, and he like just literally he had a joke idea, he wrote it down, go up first place, tweaked it a little bit, then went to another spot and then another. So I was basically just doing that, just in a longer scale of like a week, trying to groom something or at least record myself. And then if I hopefully could hear a laughter, I'm like, okay, at least I got some laughs in the crowd and whatnot.
And that makes sense because at the classes, well, we're all comedians, and you're doing your set, and it will throw you off that you're like, this is my best joke, and nobody's laughing because everybody's waiting for their turn to go out. I laugh. I'm a laugher.
Yeah, I'm an easy mark. Like, people are like, dude, I loved your enthusiasm. I'm like, well, I mean, it's funny.
It's funny.
I haven't heard it. This isn't the 20th time I've heard it. So
yeah, but it's still funny to me. Like you're still funny. Like it's because there's people that are just naturally funny. They could stand there and say the alphabet and either their voice or their face. But let's go back a little bit. So how long have you been in LA now?
Wow. I've been in LA, I want to say a good almost 12 years now.
Okay.
But like when I first moved out here, I knew absolutely nobody. I mean, I had a cousin who was going to USC, but other than her, like I think I spent my first 2 weeks in LA. I was renting a bed in a hostel, just like trying to find like an actual apartment and stuff like that. And then, weird coincidence, some guy I had met on set back in Texas, he had moved out here, and we didn't really say we were both coming out here at the same time. So I ended up moving in with 10 Texas guys in a 2-bedroom apartment for the first 2 months.
Wow.
And then, like, basically we all kind of just branched off. All right, so-and-so is going to move in with Jeff and Tim, and then Mike or whatever moved in with one of the other guys. So we all stayed in touch. We all just basically found our own apartments with the same.
We need to do a Texas gathering.
Oh yeah. Well, we're taking over, man. But there are gatherings here, but it's mainly it's all bar centric because we love to drink.
Hey, I have nothing against bars. I just don't drink because I like to watch other people get drunk and be stupid. But
come on.
But that's good material for later on.
Yeah, I want to write a story about it because it was just hilarious us living together like that. Now we all like some people moved back to Texas. I think there's still like at least 2 or 3 of us still out here, still pursuing different things. I think one guy owns like a clothing shop. One guy's he's doing like stunt work now. He ended up being like, what's his face? Like David Boreanaz, the guy from Bones. He's like stunt double or something.
Oh wow!
This guy, he was working 10 years on that show. He like got a house and stuff, got a kid.
Nice.
But yeah.
But you're back in Texas. Were you doing stand-up in Texas?
I ended up, let's see, after high school, I really had no direction. So I was like, you know what? I think what happened? 9/11 happened. So I actually had enlisted in the military. Oh. And I was like, you know what? I also was pursuing acting at the time. I was going to acting conservatory, Kim Dawson Acting Conservatory in Dallas area. And I was up for a commercial, and I was up for a commercial, then I was waiting to hear back, and then I was also about to enlist. I had braces at the time. So if I was going to enlist in the military, they said I had to take my braces off because I don't know what weird rule they have about braces in the military, or it's like tough terrain or something like that. So I had to use the Lord. I was like, dear Lord, I don't know. I have 2 paths to decide on. I don't know if I should try to pursue this entertainment stuff or just stick to the military. But my mom was definitely against me going into the military because she's just even back then, I haven't talked about race yet, but I know like that's like a big driving thing with most of my comedy about race relations and stuff like that. Like my mother told me like she didn't want me dying for this country just because how we've been treated or how black people in general have been treated in this country. She's like, don't enlist in the military. She forbade me to do that. And then when I decided to, I ended up getting like that part that I was up for a commercial. It was like for a Nintendo game, Rampage. Rampage is a video game. It's some video game shot in like, I don't know, some dusty two-horn town or something like that. It was like a dirt road. Like I got slimed and stuff. It was pretty cool. I still have a copy of it. But I told him I wanted to pursue acting, and then like, wait, how about go back into the military? Because like, at least we know for sure you'll have money and stuff. We don't have to be paying for you for the rest of your life. It's like, like for them, it was like pursuing acting or comedy is almost as bad as being a drug dealer. It's like, it's like something like when I told them, you know what, I want to pursue comedy. You could hear a pin drop. Like there was silence. Like they had nothing to say.
Oh wow!
So I went back upstairs to my room, and then I just hear them fighting. This is all your fault. You never pushed him into anything. He wants to waste his way to pursue comedy. I was like, okay, they didn't say anything when I told them this. Now they're fighting about it. Like it's the end of the world. So I don't know. And that's like probably the most emotional interaction I had with them growing up at all. Because I don't know if it's just a first generation thing or an African thing, but they hold on to their emotions like nobody's business. I don't know, maybe if your parents were like that.
Yeah, Mexicans do.
Okay, I think it's an immigrant thing.
And then they come yell at you and throw shot glass at you.
Yeah. Oh, I never had them throw a shot glass at me.
But at the beginning, they're just like, we're going to talk about this. Like,
not in public. It's always not in public. Wait till we get home.
Yeah, that's the worst. I would cry in the car. Yeah. Why are you crying? Because we're going to talk about this at home.
I already know it's going to happen.
I know, yeah.
So then, like duck and dodge.
So you get the commercial. Mm-hmm. You don't go into the military.
Yeah. I ended up not going in the military because after that, I think I probably could have rescheduled, but it was like I felt like it was almost divine intervention that I got that commercial and not to pursue military stuff. And plus, I probably wouldn't have my lovely hair that I would now, because that was another thing that I didn't want to get rid of.
Is it at that point that you start deciding to come to California?
That was in the back of my mind, but I mean, I still had to, raise money. Because I mean, I knew I wasn't gonna like take Hollywood by storm. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come out here and the agents will be lined at my door knocking. Hey, can Ishmael come out and can we represent him and stuff like that? Like I decided to. I had a little money saved up, but I wanted to at least come out here for a week. Figure if I can't get a place to stay, an agent and a job, I wouldn't come out here. Literally in a week, I had at least. I want to say, I had, maybe 5-6 agencies lined up to interview with, got an agent, I know the hostel wasn't like my best option, but I mean, technically it was a place to stay. So I got that check as well, and I found a job. Now, in a week's time, you would not believe what happened back at home. I told my parents I was going to be gone for a week to see about pursuing acting. I come back home. They decided to give away the car that I had planned to drive out here. Not sell it. They gave it to the Salvation Army. Yeah. So then I lost the job that I had planned to have out here when I moved out. The hostel thing was still available because I mean you can just come and go as you please. But what else? Yeah, my agent, God rest her soul, she was at least willing to work with me. Say, all right, so whenever you can come out here, just let me know and I'll represent you. But yeah, it was like, I felt like my whole world had like crushed around me.
Wow.
I still have old bitter feelings to my mom for making that. Because I know my dad. My dad, he's always been cool. He's pretty easygoing guy. Like, he's just glad that I at least decided to pursue something. Yeah, to do something. I'm not just sitting at home just like twiddling my thumbs watching TV and watching soap operas and stuff like that on the TV. Well, although I used to just watch wrestling, not soap operas. It's kind of more of a female thing there. But yeah, like a grown man. Oh,
so you're out there and they give away your car.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't give her your room. It sounds like they would have rented it out.
Don't worry. There's more to that tale. That's half the reason why I got kind of bitter with my parents, because I decided to go to the community college down the street, Collin County Community College, and I was doing pursuing just some basic stuff, get credits and stuff like that. And then my mom's like, well, if you're going to be pursuing acting and not going to school, we're going to start charging you rent. And I'm like, you're going to start charging me rent in the same room that I grew up in? And I'm like, well, if you're going to start charging me rent, we need to have some ground rules here, because the turn down service in this place is absolutely atrocious. Because I'm like, I expect breakfast every morning, continental breakfast. I expect my room to be, made every morning, which he never would do. So I'm like, if you're going to start charging me rent, we have to have a serious talk about the ground rules. And then they wanted to give me a curfew. They wanted to charge me rent and say, you can't be out past midnight. And I was like, no, if I'm paying rent, I should be able to come and go as I please. It was like a very turbulent time. But even when I was growing up, I tried calling my mom by her first name for a week. I'm 10 shades darker now from that little experiment there. It didn't work too well. I recommend any kid try to do that. See how long you last. I probably should be a couple inches taller too.
So basically, Texas was pushing you out.
Yeah.
I mean, everything was stacking against you.
Yeah.
So what was the final straw that said, okay, I'm going?
Well, it was really the car thing. It was like I was then determined, like, you know what? Texas isn't the place for me. Like, there really wasn't anything holding me there. It was just the fact that I was more determined than ever to get out, get away from my parents. And I decided LA to New York just because I hate the cold. And I know in New York, even in the summertime, like once the sun goes down, it's another world there. But that was like the real turning point for me. And I just started doing like background work and different things, and there was always work there. Like I'd say Dallas is more of a commercial market.
Right.
So I was always doing commercials, always get my face out there. I did like something for PBS, like just some one-liner thing, and I loved the money. It was like, oh my God, I worked like not even 6 hours, get like $1,500 and then residuals. I was like, dude, this is the best job ever, and they feed you and they clothe you and they do everything for you. All you gotta do is just say the line. There you go. Hit your mark, say the line. There you go. Best job in the world. Maybe, well, no. Now video gaming is the best job in the world. Like game streaming is like, I think, one of the most underutilized job that there is, because there's people out there who you can stream a video game and they just sit there and hang out with you because they don't have the time to put in to become a good gamer or streamer. And they literally subscribe to your channel and they what, $5 a month they're willing to watch you, and I'm just like, dude, I could get into that. I love video games with a second passion, even though that was like my first passion. But then I started I'm not as good as I was back in the day. But I know these games these days, it's like freaking unbelievable. Like everything is a combo. Like back in the day, you had 2 buttons. You had jump and attack.
Yeah.
If those can't get you out of that situation,
anything more than that, and I'm lost. Yeah.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Now everything is a combo. Like, oh, you gotta curl, jump, double jump, and then fly. And I'm like, oh God, I can't do this.
Christian, my partner, is gamer. So
oh
you're
my
gonna play with
goodness.
him one day.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What kind of games? Is he a Fortnite player? I hate Fortnite.
No, he doesn't play
Fortnite. Okay, that's not
but
my
he
best
gets
game.
on the PS.
Oh, okay, PS4. Oh, yeah.
And
Twitch.
In fact, he bought one to have at my place.
Uh-huh.
So he
doesn't have to keep carrying it around.
Yeah. So that's how much he plays.
He got you in. He got you in the mix. But you don't play?
I don't play.
Oh.
No, I don't play.
You're missing out, man.
So you moved here,
Uh-huh.
and what was the first? Because now you live here.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
What was the first shocker or the first?
The first shock to
the
me.
first thing that really you were like, oh.
I'm in LA.
Yeah.
I'd have to say the homeless situation. Even back then, I'd say Plano is not exactly the most diverse, or what is the word I'm looking for? there's not a lot of classes there. Like if you see a homeless person, you're like shocked, and you almost want to help them, get them off the street. Here, the first couple weeks that I was out here, I'd walk to the grocery store, and there's 2 or 3 guys. Hey, can you spare some change? Spare some change. After a couple weeks, I didn't have any change to give because I'm out of change. I can't just start giving you $5 bills, And it's I was just out of money, and it's that's how it is here. It's there's a lot of homeless people, and over the years, it's just gotten bigger and bigger. There's tent cities in places that before where I used to drive, I'd never see a tent. Now there's at least 10 tents on the side of the road. It's getting ridiculous, man.
I don't think a lot of people realize how the homelessness population is in LA. It's a whole population.
Yeah. They've branched out from Skid Row, and I've heard of incidents in San Francisco where they actually allow the homeless people just to defecate on the streets, and they don't give them tickets or anything. There's no. It's who do they expect to pick that up? It's they just make a new job for somebody in the government to now you have to scoop up crap all day and get paid for it. I'm I don't see how that's good for the economy. Or if anything, they need them. Perhaps try to get them off the streets. But I don't. But I'm noticing now it seems like most of the people who are homeless, they don't want to be off the streets. They want to be there because they don't want to be part of society. They don't want to work. They don't want to have to worry about not even keeping up with the Joneses, but just keeping up with society.
I will get on my soapbox for a minute.
Okay.
And it's not that I don't have compassion for people. I think everybody deserves a shot. I was homeless for a couple of weeks in Dallas between apartments and breaking up and.
But you couldn't have just asked your parents or asked somebody to put you in, or were you couch surfing?
No,
You could have? Yes or no?
I slept with people to sleep at their houses.
Whoa, now.
So
I haven't gone that far.
Yeah, and it's my story. I mean, it's a fact. But what I'm saying is, in Laguna Beach, there are organizations that gives them clothes. There are organizations that feed them during the day. Then they have somewhere to go sleep at night, rent free.
So they don't want to be there.
Well, no, they do. They check in at 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Just the midnight mission.
Yeah, and then they're out at 7 o'clock in the morning or whatever. But if somebody's feeding you and somebody's clothing you and somebody's sheltering you, why would you want to work and go live anywhere else?
Because you want something better than what you have.
You would think.
There's only so many bologna sandwiches I can eat. Or peanut butter and jelly
sandwiches. These people get good meals.
Really?
Yeah, it was Laguna Beach. We got good food out there.
Oh, okay. Surf and turf?
Probably. I'm I just think that we are, as a nation.
Society.
Yeah, we're soft on people. Don't worry, we'll help you. But it's a handout versus
making them work for it.
Yeah, what's that old saying? Teach somebody to fish.
Teach a man to fish.
Yeah,
feed him forever. No, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him forever. Yeah.
So I'm we stopped teaching people.
Yeah,
we've stopped teaching people, and maybe that's
but there's money in that though. I think the government doesn't mind the fact that there's so many homeless people because each one of them they're getting money from them.
Yeah.
The society needs to kind of, be this is not acceptable. We shouldn't be having these many people out on the street. We need to, push our government in the right direction of, rehabilitating people, getting them jobs. Because I know there's jobs out there.
There
are jobs out there to be had.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, if you want to work, especially in California, if you want to work, there's places to work. What's that new app? WAG. There's people out there who are dog walkers who they sign up for the app. Hey, can you go to this place? Can you walk my dog because I'm at work or I won't be home tonight?
There's people walkers in California.
Yes, I've heard of those too.
There are people walkers. That's how foo-foo we are in California. There are people walkers.
I'll spend some time with you, sure.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Grandpa needs to get out every once in a while.
And I don't want to take the time to do it. I'm wore out from work.
I'm playing video games. I'm in the middle. I'm making money playing video games. I can't walk, Grandpa. So you're here, and was the intention to be an actor?
Yeah. I mean, I always wanted to be in the entertainment industry. I guess I was trying to find a place for myself.
Did you have a niche for you? Did you have who you wanted to be on camera? No,
I don't think I ever. I just think I always just wanted attention, just because I knew I wasn't getting that from my parents. Because I tried to tell them a joke, they'd just be stonewall, just like,
don't get it.
Yeah, like, I don't get it. Pass the peas. It's like, I always wanted attention. But like, even growing up, I'd say I was an only child, but I had a half brother, but I didn't know I had a half brother till I was about 13.
Oh.
So I pretty much grew up an only child, and like, hey, you know, you have a brother, right? Like, I have a brother. Yes, you have this whole extended family in Liberia, and we're trying to get them over here because at that time there was a coup in Liberia, Liberia. It was in Liberia, and they brought my aunt, uncle. I think my uncle had a kid at that time. My brother came over, my uncle's wife, my aunt, her husband. So it was like a whole group of people that I did not really know that well that came over, I think, when I was around 13, 14. That was quite traumatic to think you're like literally the only child, and then you have all these other new family that you didn't know that you had.
Wow.
But it was quite overwhelming. But they're all like, I'd say, assimilated now or Americanized. Like, I saw one of my cousins, she had a picture, and I could see that she had a tramp stamp. And I was like, you got a tattoo on your ass. Like, what are you doing with a tattoo on your ass? I couldn't believe it. But they're very Americanized now. I think she drives a Lexus.
Oh, of course. Of course. Why not? So you're in California, you're acting, you've left all this family behind.
But then I'm now a struggling actor. So now I'm just like doing jobs here and there, auditioning for stuff, getting first refusal, and
What were your odd jobs?
Odd jobs? Wow. Let's see. Donating plasma was one.
Really?
Yeah.
You did that? Wow.
Yeah, and I hate needles with a passion. So that was You're
the first person I meet that I know who actually...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did it for quite some time. I think the first couple times the guy was laughing because I was crying. Because I hate needles. Like, I have this fear, like one of those... What was it? It was a Nightmare on Elm Street movie where one of the guys had like some kind of needle addiction. And Freddy came into his nightmare, and I'm Freddy. Here, I'll give you your fix. So then he shoves
I remember that.
Yeah, he shoves all these needles in him, and then he overdoses in his sleep. Yeah, that was very traumatic, and I always hated needles. I think it stemmed from the dentist, because the dentist, so they had to give you that big needle to numb your face. So that, and then the Freddy thing. I couldn't stand needles. Even now, whenever I go to a doctor just to give blood every now and then, it's like, there's got to be an easier way. Like, can you hold my hand? I always ask them, can you hold my hand, please? I don't want the lollipop. I just want somebody to hold my hand to make sure that I'm not growing anywhere. Because, I always hate needles.
So plasma?
Yeah, plasma. I used to work at... I've done labor ready, and that's why I appreciate every acting job I get. Because when you have to, haul around 50-pound bags of beans from one truck to the other, acting is no problem.
Wow.
Yeah, I did that, once or twice, and then I think for a month stretch, I did that. On top of also used to work at Bubblegum Shrimp Company, which was a fun job. It's a theme restaurant based on Forrest Gump. I've done fast food, which is kind of hated doing fast food because I'm a junk food junkie, and I almost couldn't stand looking at another hamburger while I was working there because I get it piled up with all the stuff I want on a burger, jalapenos, chili sauce, all that good stuff. So that. Oh, I had this one job. This was just even 5 years ago. I got to go into a grocery store and just take pictures of items.
Yes.
Because we were going to put it onto a website for people who were going to be shopping using their phone, and then they needed to see the ingredient label and make sure that's the item that they want. So I did that for almost a good 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, going to different Albertsons, Gelsons, Pavilions, different restaurants, and I had to almost be discreet about it because it wasn't legal what I was doing. So I'd have to just grab a cart, grab a couple items, and then just sit in the aisle, just take pictures, each thing. I had to take the front, the ingredients, and then I think the barcode. It was 6 months, and with my hair and I kind of tip my hat to every because the food guys there, I mean, they're just working, but then they see, all right, this guy's still in this aisle, and I've come back from my break. This guy's still in the aisle. Do I ask him a question, or is he crazy, or what the deal is? One time, I was told not to come back, just because I ended up having to tell me I'm just taking pictures for a phone app, and they're like, yeah, you can't do that. Can't do that here. So I'm like, okay. Came back the next day, and the person wasn't there. So I just continued to do my aisle, and then I just went to another Albertsons or whatever to finish up that assignment. But it kind of felt like a spy, the James Bond action.
I think a lot of people don't realize that, although there's a lot of work in acting, and
there's also a lot of odd jobs.
You don't always get picked for every job.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to make it up somewhere else.
Hate first refusal. Like, hey, kid, you did good, but there's one guy ahead of you. If he doesn't want the job, it's yours. And I'm like, okay, great. That means I'm going to get it. But no.
Even for background, sometimes you're on.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't get it, you're like,
Yeah.
And you're like, how do I not get background?
You're
probably going to see.
They want a black guy, glasses, dreads. Hey, sorry, we already have you booked. I'm like, what do you mean? I am that person.
Yeah.
I should be working on this job.
My favorite was going to an audition and being told that I wasn't gay enough for the part. Which I was insulted because of the acting gig, but then felt flattered on a personal level. I was like, oh, well, I'm not flamboyant, so that's good. But wait a minute, I'm not getting the part. How dare you?
Yeah. And even out here, I think there was almost a learning curve because when I auditioned in Texas, I didn't have to audition for as many, I guess, thug parts or gangster parts. Out here, it's you have to go to school to learn how to be more of a gangster.
I played
or thug or something.
3 or 4 gangsters in different projects.
Chicano.
And and then one of them, I'm actually wearing this beanie that's basically covering my eyes. And I kind of figured that I didn't look rough enough, so they're like, just cover his face.
What? Just cover his
Just put a beanie over him, man. We're good. Put on a big T-shirt on him.
Look like the guy from Fat Albert.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like, how am I not Mexican enough for this thing? What do I have to do?
Yeah, I think I auditioned for S.H.I.E.L.D. and it's just I really wasn't feeling it. Like me trying to be gangster is just it's not in my character because I wasn't raised like that. And I didn't even hang out with people who were like that.
I'm from Plano.
Yeah, I'm from Plano, Texas. There's all of 5 black families growing up. It's and we don't even get along. So it's we don't hang out.
There's not even enough people in one family.
Yeah, exactly. It's it just be what's smaller than a gang? What is that? A coggle or some weird name like that. It just be a handful. like 5 people. Yeah, we're not a gang.
Even a choir.
Yeah. It's like one of those minstrel groups or something. It's just be something like that. But it's I didn't feel good in a couple of but I kept getting called back. They kept calling me back for these gangster parts on S.H.I.E.L.D. I was just all right, I don't know what I'm doing, but all right, they called me back, so I'll give it my all.
What has been to date, your most memorable time on set or project?
I mean, It's always, I'd say, for the most part, they've always been fun. So, like, most memorable, I mean, like, I'll have one that I'm thinking about right now, but then, 5 minutes I'll think of another one. So, like, yeah, every time on set, it's always just a blessing in disguise because I could be out there doing labor ready.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's always a good thing to get the call, hey, you got the job, or see you tomorrow, fittings tomorrow or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's always a good thing there.
I know the first actual gay role that I got was like a couple months ago. And it just happened that the day they wanted me to go to fitting, I was traveling somewhere for the day. And they were like, well, we need you tomorrow. And I'm like, I can't make it. And they're like, oh, and I go, never the gay guy. I never get to be the gay guy. Like, what the hell's wrong with me? Like, I've invested like over 40 years in this gay thing, and I can't pull it off on camera. What the hell, man? Joe, at what point does stand-up really come into play here in LA?
I think, once again, I had the same epiphany a couple years back where it's just like, you know what? I came out here for a purpose, and I'm doing everything but that. I mean, I can tell a joke to a guest that I'm dealing with at the Hollywood Bowl, but it's like, I want to be on stage. I want to just be telling jokes. I want to be giving my opinion of my unique observation on things. So, I just started, I went to a website, Bad Slava. They have a list of just about every comedy open mic that you can imagine in the LA area. I'm pretty sure it's in other cities too, Dallas, other areas like that. So I went to that, and literally every night there's at least almost 5, 6, 7 on there, as well as other ones if you just ask other comics, hey, where are you heading after, stuff like that. So yeah, I started just like hitting the open mics really hard, and yeah, I kind of discovered my voice there. And then I think when I went to the Cool Beans, that was like the first like workshop that I ever went to for stand-up, and like they had like so much insight about like what the economy of words and how the K's are funny, stuff like that. I mean, that stuff like you almost, once you hear about it, you're like, yeah, like it's obvious, but I mean, you don't. It's not until you hear the rule then you're like, oh yeah, that actually does make sense, like stuff like that. But yeah, it wasn't until I actually went to that class where it's just like, okay, it's stuff that I've done like on instinct are actually, things that
right.
to use in your repertoire and stuff like that. I don't even know if I said that word right.
Yeah, you kind of start crossing off your gut instinct on how to be funny.
Yeah.
And you realize, oh, I've been doing this without knowing what it is. Because I was coming out of comedy workshops, TV and film comedy.
Oh, okay. And that's a totally different thing too.
Right.
Doing stand-up and TV.
Fortunately, some of the rules are similar, like the 1, 2, 3 punchline or the reversals and finding the rhythm in your joke.
Yeah. So that's something I still have a hard time with trying to find.
I was coming out of the training in comedy. I'd taken 2 workshops on that, 2 classes, and going over to stand-up. The first day when they were talking about something, I'm like, well, I know that, which made the joke writing easier, and things to flow. Like I knew what my rhythm had to be.
I think half the thing, like I had like a book, a thick little notebook of like ideas for either a parody song or like a joke. Was like when I would get on stage, it literally just felt like I was more storytelling than actually, having a rhythm and then getting to a punchline.
Yeah.
So when I took that class, like it really opened up. All right, using as few words as possible because I only have a set amount of time to get my point across. Punchline, move on to my next topic. Try and get out as much as I can because who knows whenever I'm going to see these people again. And
But I like storytelling comedians. I like when they take me on this little adventure.
Okay.
And then there's things that you can hold on to through it and go, oh my God, that was hilarious.
But that takes a bigger skill too.
Yeah.
Like just rather than just a punch, premise,
Yeah.
the meat of it, and then the punchline. But yeah, that's another skill that I still need to work on because I know I even lose track of my train of thought halfway through a joke, and I'm just like, you know what? Let's talk about something else. This ain't working.
Is there a no go-to space for you? Is there things that you would not make jokes about or touch?
For me, it would have to just be, I guess, family life. Just because, like I said, at 13, not knowing that I had this whole other family, and I'd say my parents, they aren't really emotional people, so we don't have too many fun times. Yeah, I remember when we went to Disneyland. We never went to Disneyland. We never went anywhere. It's like my mom was I'm gonna say a workaholic, where she still works, or she's finally retired, but she used to be a live-in caregiver nurse or something like that. So like she's like, I saw her growing up, one day out of the week, and sometimes she just called like, "Hey, how are you doing?" She always asked me, "How's my stool? Is it like how did I crap today? Like, was it runny? Was it smooth?"
Are you serious?
Dead serious. And I'm just like, every day, it's like, "How's your stool? Is it soft?" She asked me, "Is it soft?" "Yes, Mom, my stool is soft." It's like,
I'm sorry.
I know that's something I could use in comedy. But I mean, like literally, I never saw her months on end. Like by the time I'm asleep, she comes home. It's like, like one day out of the week. I mean, my dad was always there, but we literally she'd make enough food for the week, and then I just heat it up in the microwave. But now I can't stand the microwave. I try not to use the microwave as much as possible. I had a hard time. I tried to make beans, some in the microwave. Worst thing ever. Like, if you can, use the stove. I had beans, went to set, ralphed everywhere. I didn't know what had happened. It's just because, microwave, it's good for heating stuff, but it heats it in a different way than the stove or the oven. And,
definitely.
And it's like, you lose the nutrients in most of the food. So I'm just like, yeah, I'd really try not to use the microwave as much as possible. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Probably just younger life. I mean, my family's funnier now that I'm kind of just on my own and I don't have to deal with them as much. So yeah, I can make fun of them now. But not there really wasn't much to make fun of anyway.
But, like I said earlier, I think what I remember from the workshop that we're both in, you're pretty funny, and there is a rhythm to the way you say things. So, and for everybody watching,
I say things?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For everybody watching or listening, we do have the video of your showcase, so we'll post that on the Facebook page, so people can watch it.
Yes, and like it too.
Yes, and that way, next time he's out somewhere, you guys can find him. And,
yes.
And
then give me shit. We need new jokes. I'm like, well, fuck you. I'm working on it. There you go. Go fuck yourself.
So we're at the part of the show where my guest offers some words of wisdom to the people listening. So Ishmael, the comedian, what words of wisdom do you have to share with my listeners?
I would say there's no time like the present. Because every day until I actually started trying to shoot for the stars and try to go to where I was going, I would say, okay, tomorrow. Okay, maybe I'll start doing this next week. It's like, there'll always be something else, or there'll always be there's a song from Smashing Pumpkins. Tomorrow is just an excuse away. That's a lyric that I always take to heart, because there's always good. There's no better time to improve yourself or to go where you want to go in life than now. You just got to start. Just get up off your ass and start doing what you want to do. It's like, all right, I want to be here. Then all right, start building the blocks to get to where you're at. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Wow, sorry, I was getting a little too emotional. I got it off the table. But now it's all on the floor.
Oh, don't worry. I'll pick it up in just a minute.
All
We're
right.
almost done.
All right. Sorry, yeah.
That was a glass. Ishmael got really into his moment.
Sorry. I'll buy you another one. No, it didn't break.
It didn't break. There
you go.
Well, now that you mentioned that, what was your biggest excuse to not go after your dream?
I think one of my biggest excuses to not pursue stand-up and comedy was just that, well, I gotta keep up with my bills and all this other stuff, or I haven't found my voice yet, or at least I didn't felt like I found my voice. But I mean, people tell me all the time, oh yeah, you're funny, but it's like, I don't think I sound that funny. So I should have always just tried to go up more and tried doing stand-up before I had done it a couple years back.
And now that you're into it, do you think that maybe we don't find our voice because we're not searching for it? We think it's just going to come to us, but we have to practice our voice to find it. Does that make sense?
I think for the most part, for me, I can't say for everybody else, but I think for me, I've always been standing in my own way. I don't think I've really changed my voice that much, but I feel like I've found a voice that I'm comfortable with being on stage and,
right.
Talking to people. But even back in the day, honestly, if I look back at because I still have the tapes of when I did stand up years ago, and it's like I didn't have a cadence, I didn't sound as motivated or positive, I'd say.
Okay.
Not in a negative way, but I just like, hey guys, I wasn't too energetic, but I'm always energetic. And then when I get on stage, it's just I used to switch it off because I felt like I was in my head trying to think about what I needed to say, like my jokes and stuff like that. But yeah, I think now I'm more confident and I know what I want to do. I just have to now do it.
So if you could go back to Ishmael in Texas, what would you tell him?
Oh, I wouldn't tell him anything. I just get a potato sack, cover him with it, and bring him out here. Yeah. There'd be no talking. Then I just bring him out here, drop him. Hey, you're in LA. Get to work, and then drive off. But then I don't know if the time space continuum would be all messed up.
Something would happen.
I interrupted myself.
Yeah, something would happen. But that's interesting because usually people have always a message, but to actually say there's nothing to say, cause it would make a difference.
There you go. Yeah,
but to actually
physically get myself out here as fast as possible.
What advice would you give some younger comedian out in Texas or Wisconsin or Minnesota?
Well, I have a cousin of mine. He wants to get into stand-up as well. I've been trying to get him to perhaps start doing more digital stuff. Right now I've had a talk with other comics. I've even heard other comics talking about this. You don't really need New York and LA to get your voice out there, your name out there. You can start in your own hometown about whether it's just going to a club and be like, hey, let's say a bar or something, hey, do you guys do open mics here? And if not, I'd like to host one, start getting people involved. Hey, I do an open mic thing here, and I'm trying to find out where open mics are in your area to try and start getting your voice out there, videotaping yourself, trying to put stuff on YouTube, skits and stuff like what's the name of that one? College humor, stuff like that. And then maybe once you have some material, then probably move to the coast, New York if you like cold, or LA if you like everything else.
Come to LA, people. Come to LA.
I don't want more people in LA though, because then it's less traffic.
Yeah,
don't come to LA.
But if you look anything like Ishmael, don't come.
Okay.
We don't need competition.
I don't want
no more Mexicans either. Stay back wherever you are. Not that I'm racist. I just don't need the competition. Do you think you're funny?
Yes, I think I'm funny.
Yeah.
At times, I always try my jokes on. I run a stand at the Hollywood. I always try jokes off on them, and then I know if I can get a reaction out of them. All right, I'm going to put that somewhere into it. Try to work on it more and try to put it up on stage. But yeah, I had one joke earlier this year. It's like, man, I'm having a hard time trying to find a girlfriend. I'm trying to find a girl who's as thick as Cardi B's accent. You dig? It's like, yeah, her accent is like, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Now, if I could find a girl that thick, oh my goodness, I'd be in heaven. But yeah. Hog heaven, actually. But no. But yeah. But yeah, I got a reaction out of them. Yeah, I'm going to put that on stage.
Because I can only stand like 2 seconds of talking. Nothing.
Even her raps, I'm just like, dude, like, I don't know. I haven't bought any of her stuff. Her first song, I like it, but then everything else, it's just like, I don't know. She seems like a one-trick pony, but
between her and
put out there.
Yeah, between her and what's the other chick?
I don't know my name anymore. Selena Gomez. I don't know what's a rapper.
Yeah, Anaconda. She sang Anaconda.
Nicki Minaj. Okay, I just know the name, but yeah, I don't.
I used to confuse the two.
Yeah.
Till I realized that there were two different people. Well, yeah, okay. So, yeah.
You can put that on stage right there. That's ready. That's ready for prime time. Yeah.
So, what's next for you?
I think more getting more comfortable on stage. I think every comedian's always working on their special. So I guess I'll be working on my special.
Yeah, I've been a month into
waiting for Hollywood to call.
I've been in stand up for a month, and I'm already have my special in my head. Yeah, in my wardrobe. That's how gay I am. I'm thinking about the wardrobe first.
But I know now I'm getting back into getting an agent. I had an agent for a while, but like trying to keep up with headshots and stuff in this town. It's like you need every 6 months you need another headshot. Like I look the exact fucking same.
Well, I just went to a headshot workshop.
Really? To do your own?
So I will pass you some info that I got from that.
Okay.
Yes.
That'll work. Well, yeah, just trying to get back into the acting scene and get in touch with some old colleagues and people with agents and stuff. But yeah, especially I've been using the videotape that we shot through Ice House.
Yes.
Been using that to get booked on some other comedy spots, as well as trying to get an agent and stuff like that. So yeah, so you will be seeing me in some way or the other.
I'm sure. And we have to. I do remember them mentioning doing just like a Facebook Live with your friends and just putting it out there and see what comments you get back.
Oh. I haven't thought about doing that yet.
We should.
But of course, LA is so fickle anyway.
Yeah.
Everybody's busy.
I think that there is that professional jealousy, not personal jealousy, but you want to succeed. And you kind of want to go it by yourself. But I think 3-4 comedians doing a live interview and just being funny and see what comes out. I mean, it would be an interesting thing. I want to host something like that. I'd like to have 3-4 friends over and just sit here at the table.
You want to be like the Hispanic Byron Allen?
Yes, there you go.
Boy. Well, you got to shave that head, sir.
And just
there you go. The man never ages. I've seen him in the 70s. Still at
it looks the same. Yeah, he was in
Byron Allen.
He was on 3-2-1 Contact.
What is
back
that?
in PBS.
Oh,
it was a PBS show back in the day. Yeah,
man, he never is.
But yeah, have people here over and just be
here, not Laguna.
No.
Too far away.
Yeah, people won't go to Laguna. I'll do that my own self. Laguna.
Or Skype them in.
But I mean, we'll have to talk about that later, and I'll
so there you go. Already in the works.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I will not accept first refusal. There you go.
I believe, talking about Texas versus here in Houston, when I would audition, there were 5 guys that we all looked the same. So we would get there and we looked at the sides and be like, "Oh, you're gonna get it. This is you." Or they'd be like, "Oh no, you're gonna get this." Or 2 of us would be like, "Well, I could probably do that." And now you knew it was
split the word.
Yeah, now you knew it was really an audition. But for the most part, we would chill up and be like, "Oh, this is."
Yeah. You already tell.
You're the mean one of us. You're gonna get this. Or you're the funny one of us. So you're gonna get
I had one guy, same thing. Me and him, we look totally the same. It's just see him at every audition. Hey, what's up, man? You got that other part, motherfucker? I was trying to get that too.
Yeah, we go out to eat after auditions. You want to go to lunch? You want to go to lunch?
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah.
And then there's 5 of me sitting at the table basically.
Well, one thing I really miss about Texas here, feedback.
Yeah.
They don't give feedback. I know it's a hustle and bustle industry, but it's like I miss that because, like, let's say I'm just not either. I didn't let's say understand the script as much as I should have, or I blinked too much, or I'm a little too happy for a role that's sad or something like that. Like people, I enjoyed feedback, and I know some casting directors out there do that. But I miss that from Texas. Texas, it's more of a small community. Mm-hmm. So like every casting director, once you go in, whether it's one line, under 5, day player role, they always give you feedback. Yeah. And I'm just like, I miss that.
Yeah, and Houston was a very independent film city. Mm-hmm. So it was all independent. There wasn't that many people to go around. Mm. So they're like, okay, well, let me help you with this. And they're like, okay, I got it. But when I moved here to California, the first time I went to audition, I think it was like a beer commercial or something.
Which is something I still have not done.
No?
I want to audition for a fucking beer commercial. Just to say that I audition. Well, I don't want to get the part. I want to audition.
I walked in.
I'm almost 40.
There were 50 guys that looked just like me. And I'm like, serious? Like are these all my stepbrothers? Or was my dad really that busy? Yeah, it gets... But that's when I realized that in order for me to succeed, I had to create my own roads. Mm-hmm. Like I couldn't just follow the roads that were paved because it's not going to happen. So my podcast and video blogs and live feeds, anything I do is like I'll just do it. I'll open my own door. So, but I have that Texas mentality. It's like if I'm going through the door, I'm bringing somebody with me. Like, I don't care whoever's nearest. Or answers the call first. Yeah. Let's do this. Yeah. And I've been very fortunate with the podcast to get people that I know and want to advance their career.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, hey, yeah, let's do this. It'll get my name out there. And so anyway, so I'm glad that you said yes. We're coming to the end of the show.
All right.
Where can people find you?
Right now I'm working on my YouTube channel. It's called Ishmael, This Guy. Ishmael, one word. This guy, one word. I've had it up for years, but now I'm actually going to be putting stuff on there.
Nice.
So not to worry about that. I do the Twitter thing. I'm not big on Instagram. I'm not big on pictures. I like to just see what I see with these two eyes and have the memory of it. I don't like posting pictures of my food or... I have a dog. I call him Bowser because I love video games so much, and he is just like King Koopa Bowser. But yeah, I probably might post more pictures of him, but I'm not big on Instagram. And I know what's the other one that's big? Snapchat? I don't think that's...
I don't do Snapchat.
I think that's almost down the hill.
I haven't been 15 in years, so I don't do Snapchat.
But yeah, you can check me on YouTube. My Twitter thing is All Seeing Eye, one word. Okay. I is in the letter I. But yeah, you can catch me there. And then I'll be out there. I don't want to get the club name wrong. So yeah, follow me there. Follow me on Facebook. And then I'll keep you posted on where else I'll be going. Because yeah, I got a couple shows up in November. I don't know when this will be up and running. So yeah, we're a week out of Halloween. So yeah, you can probably catch me in West Hollywood, hooting it up with all those crazy people on Halloween night.
I'm looking through your page.
You're going to be Black Sparrow.
But I think I see your little dog.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Black dog?
Yes.
Yes.
Corgi. Yes. Corgi German Shepherd mix. He is quite insane.
Check out his page. There's a lot of really cool stuff on there. His video, pictures. Oh, are you going to the Dragatha Christie event?
I might.
I'm going. We're going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just got our tickets.
When is it exactly?
This Thursday.
Thursday night?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we'll be there. We just got our tickets.
Oh, boy.
So,
how much are tickets?
16.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do
that. So we'll see you there.
All right. I will not be in drag.
No, me either.
So, yeah.
No. I used to do drag when I was drunk, but that was so long ago.
What, last night? Yes.
Hey. But thank you for being on the show. Thank you for coming out here and doing it, sir. You just never know who you're going to sit next to at one of those workshops. For everybody listening, you just never know. And sometimes the person there, you're like, hey, I just want to be your buddy, man. Like, I just want to hang out, which we'll have to do again.
Yeah. Well, we will Thursday.
Yes. So for now, I want to thank Ishmael, the comedian, for being on the show. Thank our producer, Mr. Kevin Moyers, for all his help and support. Thank you, sir. Remember, check us out at Facebook on Put It Together Podcast. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, or go over to abnormalentertainment.com where you can find all the shows on the network. And there's got to be a show there for you. If you anything you like is on there. Thank you, Ishmael, again. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll see you next time. This is Daniel Garza saying, hey, put it together.
This is how I put it together.
This is how I
Put it together. This is how I put it together.
Subscribe to Put It Together on iTunes, Stitcher, and at abnormalentertainment.com/putittogether. Find Put It Together on Facebook and tweet Daniel at Lil Messican, LILMESICAN. And for more podcasts, comics, books, movies, and more, head to abnormalentertainment.com.
You've been listening to the Abnormal Entertainment Network.